we go. All right, let me throw these on. What is up, everyone? Welcome to episode 1 of Breaking the Iceberg. This is completely live, so welcome. We are going to just roll with this. Before we get moving here, I got to give you guys a brief kind of background about why we're doing this and what the show is going to be about. And yeah, so for one, so this is Breaking the Iceberg. We are going to be discussing silly icebreaker questions that you have never heard in your life before. This kind of started, my cousin Jay, shout out Jay, and I were leading a Bible study together, and we wanted to get some kind of way to get people talking, and we thought a fun way to do that would be to actually give some kind of silly icebreaker. And so we didn't like the typical icebreaker, you know, what's your favorite color or whatever. So we went for something a little more extreme. And over the years, this is kind of what has been the development of that Bible study. So what you're about to see, the questions you're about to get, Kai's about to get asked, is kind of the outgrowth from that. So hopefully you guys enjoy. If you are, a teacher or a youth group leader or a parent with kids or just someone's trying to strike up a conversation with the boys or whatever, some of these questions might be fun and of interest to you. So hopefully you enjoy them. A couple things up front just about the show. So you're probably watching now and it's probably a little bit grainy of an image. There are going to be a lot of tech issues along the way. This is going to be a huge learning curve for me. I'm not a tech guy. So yeah, we'll figure that out down the road. The camera image is probably bad. Hopefully, the audio quality is coming through. If someone's in the live chat and can be like, yeah, audio quality sounds good, that'd be awesome just to hear back from you guys and know that everything's going well. I think it does sound good because I got the headphones in, but who knows? That is pretty much it. I don't know, Kai, you think I'm missing anything big that I should explain to the crowd?
No, I feel like you nailed it with these are the questions you're never going to hear anywhere else.
That's how we like to describe it. That's good. That's good. Let me just double check before we actually get moving here. Oh yeah, I did want to mention too. So Kai's been with me for a little while now doing these. So initially this was going to be a podcast. And we were literally just going to release it on podcasting platforms. Turns out editing kind of sucks and I'm not a fan. So this is like the backup plan for that. And so yeah, we're going to give this a shot and just literally just rip it one take, throw it up on YouTube afterwards. So if you can't watch it live, you can always watch it then. I don't know when we're going to record today. We were just able to get together. So it just seemed like a good time just to do it. Cause again, we're just here to have a good time, have some fun. But down the road, I might try and set a little bit more of a schedule. So just keep an eye out for that. Those other podcasts that we recorded, I'm hoping we'll do something with them. If you guys want them, I've had a couple friends that have been interested in still listening to them.
It'll be on the Patreon that he's going to make extra money.
Yeah, that's it. I'll charge you for them. Yeah. So if you want to Venmo me, I'll send them your way.
Oh, that's even more personal.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, because we have I'm sure we have a crowd of listeners that I've never heard of before. So, okay. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna have tech issues. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Let's just jump into it. All right. Kai, thank you for coming on today.
Oh, I'm excited.
You've already experienced this before, so I'm not going to give you much of a
preface, I was told this is a banger question, so I'm really excited for it.
Honestly, I felt like for the first one, I had to come out with a hot one, dude. Like I couldn't do it any other way. So here's the first one. Let me pull it up so I make sure I don't mess anything up here. So let's see. And we're just going to run with it. All right. Question 1 is titled, each of them, I'm trying to come up with titles for each of them. This one is titled Money, Cheez Crocodile. Okay. Here's how it works. You are given the opportunity to be put on a game show. And here's how the game show works. You can choose to play or you can choose to pass. It's up to you, but you have the potential to win a large sum of money. Here's how the game show works. You are going to be placed inside your local library, okay? Nobody else will be around. There's no food. There's the typical just library setup, but there's no food or anything. There is water fountains, but not like water bottles or anything like that. So anyways, you're going to be locked in the library. And in the center of the library, where it's in an open area, it's not in a room or something like that, there's a button. And you get the opportunity to press this button once a day. Here's what happens. If you hit the button, one of three things can spawn in. It will magically teleport from somewhere else in the US into the library. Here's the three things. Money. If you get lucky enough to get money, $10,000 banded up will be placed somewhere randomly in the library. It's not like it's going to be hidden, but it's going to be placed like somewhere where you could see it potentially, or just stumble across. It's just random in the sense of like where it might be located, but it's not going to be like in a book or something like that. So money's one option. The second thing is Cheez-Its. So the second option, a full box of Cheez-Its will appear. And then the third is Crocodile. A crocodile will be spawned in somewhere in the library. So here's how the challenge works. You are allowed to attempt to survive in the library as long as you want, as many days as you can go. But remember, you have no food, you have water, so you have the drinking fountains. But in terms of food, the only food source you can get is from the Cheez-Its, or I guess potentially a crocodile if you were going to take a croc down. So you would have to survive with just what's in the library, with the food from the Cheez-Its, and obviously have to be avoiding the crocodiles. The game show is not responsible for death or injury or anything like that. The second you walk out of the library, the game is over, but all the money that you have with you when you walk out, you get to keep that money. So that's the question is, do you want to play? If you choose to play, how much money do you think you could get, and how many days you think you could survive or would try to survive in this game show? And as a bonus, if you make it 365 days, you get a bonus $1 million plus the money that you collected around the store, or around the library, sorry. What are you thinking here?
Okay. So you definitely have to play. That's an obvious no-brainer. 10,000. A couple questions for you.
Okay.
Number one, can I close off certain sections of the library? Like I feel like my normal library, like I'm picturing like the kids section has like a gate you can pull down, stuff like that. Is that like, are there different sections I can close off?
So yes, you can close sections off if you want. You can close sections off if you like. But keep in mind that when you hit the button to spawn something in, the money, the Cheez-Its, or the crocodile can be spawned anywhere in. So it's not like if you close a section off, it can't be spawned in that area anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
I was more doing that for protecting myself from the alligator.
Sure.
So like if I find where it is, I guess the move would be, can I move like bookshelves in the library? Like can I knock some shelves down?
Yep. You can move. I'm assuming as long as it's not food or like people, you can do basically whatever you want with what's in a typical library. So bookshelves.
Is this library open to the public during this time, or is this
Well,
like
it's
closed off.
No, it's closed off for this game. Show.
Okay,
They're
okay.
like, oh, we're gonna shoot this because it's gonna make a ton of money. You know, people are gonna watch.
That makes sense. I wanted to make sure that I don't have to worry about like random civilians coming in and finding this alligator, because that might be also a problem.
I got you. The moral element to the
problem. I'm a good guy. I want to watch out for all the little kids that are coming to my library
Wow,
that they
okay.
could get eaten by an alligator. Their parents probably wouldn't like that very much.
Respect. Okay, so with that in mind, you can block off sections. What are you thinking?
I think the move would have to be like anytime I find an alligator, I'm gonna go like knock a couple shelves down and try and block it off as best I can. But I'm trying to think of how many days, like what a number. I think the better way to go would be a number of alligators where I think I couldn't keep going past that anymore.
Okay.
Because obviously food not going to be an issue because you can always eat the pages in the books for sustenance.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because you said the only food source is Cheez-Its, right?
Yeah.
So if I get unlucky and I go like 2 weeks without food, I'll start eating paper.
Do you think you can survive on that?
I feel like you have to be able. Paper's got to have some. There's calories in paper.
I don't think the body can digest paper.
Yeah, but you would feel full.
Okay, I'm not with you there, but keep going.
Well, that's more of a if I get unlucky.
If you're in a dire situation,
yeah,
you can eat a book.
The other question I have is how many Cheez-Its am I getting?
It's a full box. I will give you it's a full like family size box.
Oh wow!
And
so I probably won't need to eat any books.
Maybe I don't know how long one box would last you, but I'll also give you it's any type of Cheez-It. So maybe you get some white cheddar, or maybe you get your classic, or what do you know, cheddar jack, or I don't even know all the
But
types.
what if I get like a disgusting flavored Cheez-It, like the hot and spicy ones?
I think if you were in a position where you had to eat, you'd be like, well,
I just think those Cheez-Its are bad.
Fair enough. Well, then you better hope.
Unless Cheez-Its is listening, and then I love all Cheez-Its. Please sponsor us. Obviously.
We do love Cheez-Its out here. You guys want to sponsor? Hit us up.
No, I think I'd be fine for a while. It's gonna number of days is gonna be a certain number of alligators. So if I'm thinking of like a classic size library, I think the point where I would start, well, if they can just really quickly get past all the bookshelf barricades that I'm setting up, then it's gonna be less days. But I'm just kind of assuming I can like make a square of bookshelves and then fill the books into the holes.
Okay.
And then they'll just kind of be happy.
So you'll have like your own room, kind of, is what you're saying.
I'm thinking for the alligators.
Oh,
like
okay.
anytime I find an alligator, like I want to be able to move around the library.
Right.
But
well, I mean, you have to
alligators,
collect the stuff. So
if I don't find something, is it over then too?
No, it's not. It's like, I mean, you can spawn something in, never find it, and it's like you're lost. But obviously, you need the food to survive, and hopefully, you don't find the crocs. But
well, the other question I would have too: are the alligators also getting fed during this time, or are they just going to progressively get more and more hungry?
So that's a good question. So this is what I'll say. I feel like this is an important element to it too. When you hit the button, if a croc gets spawned in, a random croc will be placed from the US, anywhere in the US, into the library. So in terms of size, it could range from a baby croc to a full-grown adult. And at the same time, it could range from a croc who ate its meal one day ago and a croc who hasn't eaten in like several days. So I don't know. Did that help? Well, I forgot what your original question.
I want to know, how long does an alligator normally go between eating?
Dude, it's crazy long.
Oh,
like
okay.
Really. I think it's like, this is like, I could be way wrong in this, so someone can fact check me out there, but I think like crocs can go like hundreds of days without eating. Like they eat a big meal and then
okay, so I should be fine then. In theory, they can probably eat the books too. They might,
but like if it's really hungry, then like that might be it for you.
Yeah. So
like, okay, this is what I'm wondering for your position, Kai, because I get the, you can block things off. I understand that, but like if you block stuff off, you still have to access those areas. So if you did what you were saying, where you corral them all into like a pen sort of area, like, how are you like physically corralling 15 crocs?
No, I think there's a misunderstanding we have here, because I am not trying to interact with the crocodiles at all.
Okay.
There is no part of me that wants to mess with the crocodile. There's no part of me that thinks I can handle a crocodile. I'm aware if I get in that situation, it's GG's. We're done.
Okay.
So it's more of it's spawning in. I find it as quickly as I can, and I start knocking bookshelves around it to trap it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I'm thinking if I turn them on their side, so bookshelf on their side, bookshelf on its side, bookshelf on its side, bookshelf on its side, and then it's like a square pen that I've created, I can still, because alligators aren't jumping up in the air. You just need to get a couple feet. Like if I get like a big bookshelf that's like 3 feet wide on its side, I don't think an alligator can get over that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So I'm thinking I set that, and then if I need to see anything, I can just see it over the alligator, and depending on what it is. If it's cash, I'll get in the pen. If it's Cheez-Its, I'm just not going to have Cheez-Its that day.
Okay. That's fair. So, but only if it's spawned in the pen, and ideally then you'd have the rest of the library to explore if it's spawned in there.
I think the move might also be, I'm trying to decide, would it be easier if right out the gate I just knock everything down? Or so like if I just make piles and piles of books and piles of shelves, can the Cheez-Its and cash spawn into that pile? Or is it going to have to be like Easter egg rules? Like I can see part of the cache. I can see part of the Cheez-Its. I can see part of the crocodile.
Yeah, I'm going to say like Easter egg rules. Like you're going to be able to, it's going to spawn in an area with open space. It can't spawn somewhere. Yeah, it can't like spawn into a pile of something.
Okay, so then the move at the day one, for the first 2 weeks, I'm just going to methodically go through the library.
So are you hitting the
knocking
button
down
at all
shelves
here?
every day.
Okay.
I'm still hitting it every day because I
Okay.
want to get that time.
Okay.
But I'm knocking down shelves and I'm organizing it all so that when an alligator spawns in, I'm ready to pounce. And also, if I clear out all of the stuff, it's going to make the search way easier.
Okay. So you're going to hit the button, and immediately after hitting the button, you're just going to start searching the library for any of the 3, whatever spawns in.
No, I'm going to hit the button every day. I might not go looking for the first day or two because I'm just going to be like taking the books off the shelves, putting them at the front.
But what if
taking
a
the
croc
shelves
spawned
down,
in?
knocking them down? Well, that's when I'll have empty shelves to block the crocs in.
Okay. But you're saying you're hitting the button every day. I'm just trying to track you.
No, you're good.
Like a croc could spawn in, but you'd be in the process of your plan that you're setting up where all the bookshelves are over, but you're still going to hit it at the
as long as the first day I don't hit a croc, I think I'll be able to knock down enough shelves that I'll be ready for any crocs that appear.
Okay.
And if the first day happens, it's going to be a mad dash to trap that croc. But I think, actually, instead of mad dashing, I'm going to go to the other side of the library, knock a couple shelves down there, and drag them over. And then I'll progressively start to make that big croc pen that I'm going to give to the first croc smaller as I get more stuff.
Okay, so, I follow that. Okay, so now talk to me a little bit about, like, your survival and stuff. Like, I mean, you have to sleep. You have to get water. I mean, you don't have like...
Oh, I can't use the drinking fountain?
You can use the drinking fountain. That's basically your source of water.
Yeah.
But like, unless you have some creative way to make a bottle or something, you're going to have to keep making trips to that drinking fountain, I'm assuming. What are your thoughts?
So I guess maybe then I just I set up my home base. I make myself a house out of bookshelves. Because a normal sized like public library has like how many shelves? Couple hundred probably, right?
Oh yeah, I would bet.
Yeah, so I can afford to take a couple of my croc shelves and build a base for myself.
Okay.
And I'll just do it by the drinking fountain, so I'm always ready.
Okay. So the drinking fountain will be like...
That's home base for sure.
Okay, respect. Okay, so now let's talk to me about numbers then. Like, how many crocs then would it be like your cap, or is it more of a day thing? Like, do you think is the Cheez-It survival thing an issue? Because you're only potentially, if it's a 1/3 chance you're getting a box of Cheez-Its, that means you're getting a box of Cheez-Its every 3 days. Is that a problem, or do you think you can live off of that?
I think I'd be fine eating paper, like I said. I don't know where I got this from, but I think I could have paper. So
right.
number
So
of days,
unlimited
I got unlimited food supply. I think the issue really is the alligators.
Okay.
So I'm thinking normal library, we got what? Teen section, kids section, adult section, and like a study area usually for like college kids. So you got like 4 big areas in this library. So I'm trying to think how many alligators could I like, because they're spawning randomly, but how many would it get to the point where I was like, I'm concerned where just the sheer amount of alligators, if I get another one, the likelihood it's because they can't spawn on top of each other, I'm assuming. They need...
No, they can't. I mean, but they could spawn right next to each other. I feel like the odds of one... I mean, I guess if it was like... It's open space on top of an alligator, so it could spawn.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to go for 40 alligators. So if I got 40 alligators, that's when I'm like, okay, I need to start thinking about leaving.
Okay. So, I mean, statistically, then that's like going to be about 120 days.
Yeah.
If we're talking even button pushing.
Yeah, but then how much money? That's $1 million, like, right? 1.2 million?
Well, no, because you'd only be getting... You'd have to collect all the 10K bundles, and that'd only be a third of it. So you'd only get...
Okay.
That'd be 400,000.
Okay. That's still not bad.
Am I doing that math
That's
right?
right.
Yeah,
that's right. I thought I got 10,000 a day, so I get the 10,000 for hitting the button. Okay.
That's assuming... I mean, you could get lucky. Maybe you get a couple extra bundles.
I think 400K would be... Like, if I'm getting the exact split every time, and it's just 10K... Cheez-It, alligator, 3 days in a row every time, or kind of something close to that. I think around 40 alligators is when I would start be feeling it.
Okay.
So it's like a third of a year.
Okay. And you kind of feel it out, like can I do it? Can I go longer? And if you're just feeling no, you just
Yeah, if the alligators are starting to get rambunctious, I feel like we're going to be in trouble. So I think 120 days.
Okay. I mean, and like
I
you
think that's
said,
where I'm capping out.
I think it has to play into like you'd asked about the hunger. I mean, the crocs aren't getting fed either. So
Well, I'm going to feed
over
them paper
time-
and Cheez-Its and hope that's enough.
maybe that works. for you.
Maybe I'll catch a rat that's in the
No animals, nothing at all.
Oh, but they can't just
Nothing.
come into the library for any reason?
Not at all. No.
Dang,
There's
that's
nothing you can feed them with.
That's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah. All right. So okay. So you think you'd go for about 120 days, shoot for about 400K. No chance you're getting the bonus million.
No chance.
Okay.
No chance. Because if you get any, like, the biggest library, I'm picturing the biggest library I've ever been in, like a college library where you
Yeah.
have like if you had 5-story library, then I guess. If it was a big library, but we're talking local library.
I'm saying public library. We're saying
how many stories? One?
We'll say one floor just for the simplicity.
Yeah, one story, the biggest 1-story library you're getting. Maybe I could get to 50 alligators, but I don't think I'm getting past 50.
Okay. All right. Well, well done, Kai. Well done. That's question 1. So if you haven't experienced it before, that is on par with what the whole podcast will be about. So if this is not something that interests you, get out of here. We don't want you here. No, just kidding.
Are you in a position to say that? This is the first time you've done this.
Yeah, that's fair. But no, that's really just the aim of it, is just have a good time, get questions that ultimately what we used them for initially was just to get people talking and like just have fun with it. So that was question 1. I don't really know exactly how each episode is going to work out, but for today I planned 2 questions. So kind of similar to some of the unreleased podcast stuff we did earlier, we will do both these questions here. So we finish up that first one. We'll jump to the second one now. So the second one is called Peanut Butter Problem Solving. So here's
what a title.
I know. The P's, man. I just had to throw it in there. Get that alliteration going. So here's how it works. There's a guy who walks up to you on the street and he says, I'm going to give you $10,000. Okay. There are 3 peanut butter tasks that you can choose to compete in. You must do 2 of them. And whichever one you don't choose, I'm going to do. The host, whoever the guy's asking you.
Okay.
He says, I'll do it. You have to do 2. I only have to do 1. But here's the benefit. You get to choose which 2 you want to do. Okay? So you get the plus of choosing. He gets the bad side of not getting the benefit of choosing. Okay? But he only has 1 event he has to do. So here are the 3 tasks. He says, here are the 3 events. Event 1. There is a barrel full of peanut butter. When I say barrel, I'm saying like picture Pirates of the Caribbean full-size pirate barrel, okay? Full of peanut butter. And inside that barrel of peanut butter, there is 1 grain of rice, okay? The task is you have to find that grain of rice. That's the first task. Second task, you are given unlimited rice cakes and unlimited peanut butter. And you must build a tower out of those materials that is over 50 feet. And the third one is you are given 2 jars of peanut butter and 1 toothpick. And you have to eat both jars with the toothpick as your only utensil. They're full-size peanut butter jars. So here's the question. The only amount you can win is $10,000. So you can choose to opt out of this challenge if it doesn't feel worth it or you don't feel you can beat this guy. Do you participate in this game? And if you do, what 2 events are you picking? Why do you pick them? And what's your strategy?
So I have to do 2 before he finishes 1.
Correct. Yes. It's all a time thing. So it's like literally he says, go, you have all the resources available for you, and then you start going and you race it against the clock.
Okay. So next question, I got a couple questions about all 3 of them.
Sure. Yeah.
So for the part 3 here with the 2 jars, are we talking like the big family size or like the normal small one? Or the one you used to get, which was like the half gallon of peanut butter?
Not the half gallon. I promise you that. I promise you not the half gallon. I'm trying to decide to make the question balanced here. I'm gonna say a normal size jar.
Okay, so like a smaller jar.
A smaller jar, yeah. Not like a family.
That makes
Not
sense.
the one I know you're picturing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the smaller size, the normal size peanut butter jar is what I would say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then my other question with that one is, can I break the toothpick? Can I like fold the toothpick over?
No.
Oh,
Good
so I
question.
have to do it straight up.
Straight up. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Okay, so that's my only questions for that one. Number 2, with the rice cakes and the peanut butter, do I get any tools to help me out here?
I'm
Or
gonna
just
say
rice cakes and peanut butter.
yeah. So, no tools are handed to you on the spot. You have free reign from where you are. We'll say you're starting this challenge at your house. You have free reign to use any tools you want.
Do I have a budget for this?
You can spend any money you want, but there's no budget given to you. Any money that you want to spend, you're free to spend. You want to go buy a ladder?
But I'm only winning 10,000, so I don't want to spend too much because it's not worth it at that point, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got those 2, and then question 1 from the first one, which was the rice and the peanut butter, was do I have anything for that? Do I have any tools or anything I can use for that?
For again, same exact premise lies. You can use whatever tools you have
Okay, so
available.
I don't get provided anything.
You do not get provided anything other than the constraints of what the challenge is.
Okay, so I think for sure I'm going to take for one of mine is finding that piece of rice in the container of peanut butter.
Okay.
And I think it's because that one's all luck.
Okay.
So you're either going to not get it or you could get it really quick.
Yeah.
There's a high variance in there.
So what's like your strategy for like doing
I
it?
think the move would be create a fire over, like I put my bin in I put the barrel in a big tub and then I
Okay.
light a fire under it and I heat the peanut butter up so it all of a sudden melts, and then
Okay.
it's more soup that I'm going through to try and find the rice.
Okay. I could see that working. I feel like that's a big fire.
It is, but I don't think if I'm just going through it and like taking out a handful, feeling through the handful, putting it down, taking another handful, I think that's not gonna.
Yeah. So wait, are you like is the barrel being lit on fire here or
No, because then I'm worried I would burn the rice. So I'm putting
Okay.
the barrel into a tub. Can I break the barrel or no?
Yeah, you can break the barrel.
Oh, so I'm gonna find a big metal container and then break the barrel, pull all the pieces of the barrel out, and then light a fire under this metal bowl so it heats up my peanut butter and I get
Okay.
peanut butter soup, and then I can feel through the soup for the rice.
In the barrel. The barrel's still holding the peanut butter soup?
No, the barrel's
Sorry.
I'm taking the barrel out because it's
Oh, I
gonna take
missed
too
that,
long to
sorry.
melt.
Wait, so sorry, I missed that when I turned on.
No,
the-
you're good. You're good. So barrel goes into metal container. I'm picturing like a big metal bowl. I don't know where
Okay.
I would get that.
Yeah, that's a part of the
Yeah, let me think. I could go to like some kitchen. And
Yeah.
I feel like I could just be like, hey, can I borrow this? I'll give you some of my winnings if I win.
Do you think time-wise that's an issue to like go out and get stuff or not really?
No, because I think the only one where you don't have to get something is the peanut butter and the toothpick.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, so I'm thinking through it because the other two, I think that's the one that is going to be. It's going to be the most variance in time. Like you could get really lucky and find the rice really quick, or it could take forever.
Give me like numbers. Like when you say it could take forever, what would you say like
Oh, that
at
could take
most
days.
it could take real okay.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
how many gallons are those like barrels? That's
I
like a
don't know.
50-gallon barrel. I
Yeah,
feel like.
at least probably.
Yeah. So that could take days, or it could take a couple hours if you get lucky and the rice is at the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that one's high variance. The other so I'm kind of thinking the only way to get 50 feet tall, because that's like 5 stories of peanut butter and rice cakes, you have to go rent a scissor lift.
Yeah.
That's the only way that you're going to be able to. But do those even go that high? I feel like they don't.
50 would definitely be pushing it. Also, just financial wise, I feel like you'd be dropping a good amount of money.
Can you look
to
it
rent
up for us? How much
Yeah,
is it
I
to
got
rent a scissor lift for the
scissor
day?
lift. Let's look
You
it
probably have to rent a guy to run the scissor lift as well. But so I'll keep talking while you're looking that
Yeah,
up. So
no,
I'm
that's good,
thinking,
Kai.
I think that's the only way to do that one because 50 feet is so tall, and you're gonna have to build a lot. So I think that is right off the dome. I'm thinking that's the one I'm gonna give to that guy because that's gonna take multiple days.
Okay.
And I think even though I can't break the toothpick because I was hoping initially I could like fold it and use it like a spoon almost.
Yeah.
So I think the move would be I just am working on eating that peanut butter as I'm heating up the peanut butter to make my peanut butter soup.
The peanut butter cauldron.
Oh, maybe I do double that. I heat up that peanut butter and then I drink it. Is that allowed?
One, that would be absolutely nasty. And also, I'm just like imagining like, I feel like that might be too hot to actually like consume. But
That's a good point.
I'm gonna say, but then doing that with the toothpick is hard. You can't drink it. You have to use the toothpick. Do you think that would help you to heat it up?
Oh, I couldn't drink it.
No.
Oh, that would make it way harder.
No drinking peanut butter. Kyle, I'm sorry.
How hot do you think you had to get peanut butter so you could drink it?
Dude, I don't know. You want to try it?
Yeah, we can try. That'll be a bonus episode for everyone watching.
Actually, just as a side note, when we ran these group questions for our Bible study, we actually did do like legit questions that you'd go out and do. So it is kind of my hope. We'll see. I don't know exactly how I'll do it for the podcast, but I might try and make some where we actually like kind of semi-test it out. Not that you're going to be like doing something crazy on the podcast, but we'll see. We'll see down the road. Stay tuned
Or
for
if
that.
any of you have access to a 500-gallon barrel and you want to put peanut butter and a grain of rice, tell us how long it took.
Yeah, the live chat is open, so you just hit us up. I'm taking a look here. So if you get a rough terrain scissor lift, according to ChatGPT,
Which is what you'd need.
yeah, which is what you need, yeah, 30 to 60 feet. So
Okay, so
that's
that could go
plenty.
high enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
How
gives
much does that cost?
you- let's look it up here.
So I'm thinking probably for the day to rent a scissor lift is a couple $100 at minimum.
Yeah, probably. Like, my question is, like, do you think, like, is this challenge even worth trying? For myself, I don't know. Like, $10,000 doesn't feel like, I don't know. It's kind of on the edge for me.
Well, is there a punishment for losing this one?
It's just time punishment, and it, like, I mean, it's the annoying side of digging through some peanut butter.
Then I think I'm just going for it for the love of the game.
Fair enough. Okay.
I like peanut butter. I want to see, but if I'm going for it for a love of the game, then I think I almost have to go for the rice cake tower.
Okay.
If we're talking fun vibe only, eating the peanut butter is by far the worst one. So I think
Yeah.
you're talking me out of eating the peanut butter, actually.
Really? But, like,
Yeah, because if I'm just not worried about winning the money as much and I'm just doing it to say I can do this,
yeah.
finding the grain, you'd feel amazing after you did that.
Yeah.
And then also, if you built a tower out of, like, are we talking like rice cakes like this big probably?
I'm talking your classic.
Okay,
yeah.
like 3-4 inch wide rice cakes.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the move. I think I do the same. Can I use those together? Can I combine the two tasks? Can I heat up my peanut butter, dip the rice cakes, and put them together that way?
Sure.
Oh, then I'm definitely doing those too.
Okay. I don't think that's going to help you that much, I'm going to be honest. I feel like I feel like you need the peanut butter to be sticky, and peanut butter is stickier when it's in its natural form.
I think you're right. I just got really obsessed with melting peanut butter for some reason.
That's fair.
Well, another question about the last jar. How clean are we talking for this jar of peanut butter that I'm eating? If I were to pick that one.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I'm going to say 95% done. So you don't have to like, I feel like it'd be impossible to get like some of the curves with that toothpick.
Yeah, because
to
I'm
eat it.
I'm a thick-wristed gentleman too. So
What does that mean?
I mean, look at these things; they're just thick. Like
You're
if
right,
we're talking
bro.
a small jar of peanut butter, I'm gonna have some trouble.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Like, actually getting in. I feel like
So I'm thinking I might not be able to do that one.
I'll give you, because like then the task is just impossible. I'll give you the lid is, it's the same amount of peanut butter as a
Extra
normal
wide
size,
lid for
but
me.
an extra wide lid.
Well, I appreciate the accommodations
Yeah.
that you're making.
Yeah.
But that's another one that like the time on that one is pretty set. Like you're not gonna be able to go too fast
Yeah.
during that, and also you're gonna get full. I'm starting to
long-
talk myself into it.
How long do you think it would take you for the jars, like, to eat?
Because the problem is also the quantity of peanut butter. If you're eating 2 jars, like what are they? Like usually like a 10-ounce, 12-ounce jar is like a normal size.
I have no idea, honestly.
I don't know how much it is, but that's a lot of peanut butter. Because you're not going to be able to do that in one sitting, even if
Yeah.
you just keep moving. That one's going to probably be like 2 days.
Yeah, it could. Do you think
If
like,
that's your full focus, it's 2 days.
so give me the comparables here. Like, if you're actually trying to win, not for your fun. I like
no love of the game.
I love the love of the game, Kai.
Yeah, no
and
love of the game.
I respect it.
Okay,
But
I'm following.
for the sake of the question, for the win, talk to me numbers. So you think, okay, possibly a day or two for the eating the peanut butter. You could get super lucky on the rice. What's the third one here? What do we think?
So the problem is, the rice one is that just has to be the move, because I need the other two, the amount of time you're going to take, even if you got unlucky looking through that barrel for the grain of rice, I think you'd find it before you were able to build. Because how thick is a rice cake? Like 1 inch thick, probably, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So you'd need like how many of those high? And you're not going to be able to go straight up in a line.
Yeah.
Does the tower have to stand on its own, or can I lean it against the scissor lift?
It has to be standing alone. It doesn't have to be a straight stack of things or whatever.
Well,
but
otherwise that's not possible.
yeah,
That's just too many.
So it'd have to be like a pyramid sort of deal or something like that. Yeah, it can't be leaning on something.
If I'm going straight for the win, I think the for sure finding the rice has to be one of the for sure. And you just hope you get lucky on that. I think that's the only move.
Just because that would save you time.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other one, just because the sheer, like how many, so 12 rice cases a foot, and you need 50 of those.
So
assuming you went in a straight line, but you're not going to be able to do that. So it's going to be a couple hundred rice cakes, maybe a couple thousand rice cakes.
It'd be crazy. Yeah, because you're not going straight up.
I don't want to cause a rice cake shortage in the world too. That'd be tough.
Fair enough. But again, the moral side of these questions.
Yeah,
you got to take it into consideration.
You got to think about these things.
Fair.
So I think I would go for the. I mean, I guess it would be the other guy causing it, so he would have the moral burden of running the world out of rice cakes.
Well, if you so is that the situation you're picking?
I think I'm gonna find the rice in the vat of peanut butter.
Okay,
and I'm also gonna take eat the two with the toothpick, because I think I can work like between sessions of going through and finding the rice with my hands. I could work on that, and I think I could just keep moving.
Okay, so it's the
especially with my extra wide jar peanut butter.
Yeah, I got you. I see that. I think that would probably be what I would say as well, because you have the simultaneous nature of what you're saying, plus just the time constraints of everything. I think that tower would be crazy to build.
Yeah, 50 feet. I think that's definitely the most fun task, though.
Yeah.
That is by far the most fun, but I think you can't do that one and find the grain of rice at the same time, and I think that's going to be the key to victory for me.
Okay, respect. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good, Kai. Well, that is all the questions we have today. If you are tuning in and you are one of the 4 viewers that are live with us right now.
I think it got up to 7 at one point.
Oh, shit.
We were going big numbers.
Dude, okay. Well,
breaking the iceberg to the moon.
That's right. And it's only going up from here. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys have suggestions or anything, if sound quality or video quality or whatever is weird, we'd love to hear that back from you guys. If you have question prompt ideas that you want to hear talked about, shoot them my way. You can follow us on Instagram at Breaking the Iceberg. I think it's just literally breaking_the_iceberg, or it might just be one word. Check them both out. That's on Instagram. Follow us there. Give us a follow. Give us a subscribe on YouTube here. Again, the game plan is to just keep running these back. We'll probably have different guests on. I'm sure Kyle will be on all the time. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. And yeah, if you liked it, give us a like, and we'll see you next time. Peace.